welcome to our kids' afternoon time. During these kids shows, we're just having some fun, and normally I'm singing scripture songs, but I realized, I was sitting here the other day, I've got a candy machine in my office, and I thought, I wonder how it works. And I'll take this to Sunday school classes and bring the quarters along with me, and the kids can get things, but I thought, you know what? What's inside it? So I brought some very special friends, and they're going to take this apart, and you get to see how the inside of a candy machine works. Isn't that great?
All right, guys, come on, let's check it out. You guys want to check this out? All right, let's see here. Why don't we have, Judson, why don't you get a couple of quarters ready? Turn around so that they can see you. You guys ready? The first thing we're going to want to do, Judson, why don't you come over here on this side? There you go. First thing we're going to want to do is we're going to take off the top. So Jackson, can you take off the top? All right. Man, look at all that candy in there. Wow, it's great, doesn't it? All right, so we're gonna go through and let's. Blake, why don't you put one in? And if you look back here, you can see the inner workings. Can you get that camera all the way back here? Nice. Okay. All right. Good. Why don't you grab those? All right, now here, Jackson, why don't you do one now? If you look back here, why don't you look down in here, you can see the candy actually drops into that little space right there. So let's, there you go. You can see they fill up right in there, all right? So Jackson's got his. Now let's go to Judson. Why don't you, Judson, you try yours. Try one.
Which one do you want?
Now this one over here, let's do this one. Yeah, go ahead. They fill in each piece. So every quarter you get that little amount of M&Ms there. All right, so now why don't you, if you look here now let's get to the very bottom and see how the very bottom works. So Judson, why don't you get on that side and you help me out. We're gonna pull this all the way off so we can see the very inside of it. So just a metal piece, there you go. I'm gonna pull straight up. This all comes off. And now you can look inside.
Lots of quarters.
Lots of quarters. Look at all those quarters. And now we're gonna actually, you can see. Let's try this one over here. You see how that goes down? So do that one more time, Jackson. Look at that. That's pretty awesome, huh? So now, anytime that you get you go with Pastor and you get some candy from Pastor's candy machine, now you know how it works. Isn't that awesome? Hey, welcome back to another episode of How It Works. So I'm here in front of my car back there. That's a Prius car right there. It's there you go, he's still working right there. But I've got a problem with my car. So the Prius is actually a car that has both gas and electric engines in it. And so they have a gas engine like most cars do that take gasoline and work just fine on that. But it also has an electric battery, the hybrid. So it's a hybrid battery where it can go off of both gas or electric. And so I'm having a problem with my electric battery. So the next time that you see me, I'm gonna be in here working on my battery, and I'm gonna show you all how it works. So we've got a normal up here, we've got a normal engine just like anywhere else, but in the back of the Prius, I come in here, open this up. Actually back here, looks just like any trunk, right? But actually, back here, there is a big battery, really big battery, much bigger than you normally think of. And so I'm gonna pull everything out of here, and then the next time that you see this, you're gonna see a big, huge hybrid electric battery, and we'll just see how that thing works. We've gotten it all taken apart, and now we're actually down to the battery. So this big piece right here, this is the battery, the hybrid battery. So over here is just the regular battery, like is in every car right here. But this is the hybrid battery, and now I've got to pull everything off of this and pull this out. It's really heavy, so it's a heavy battery, but I'm going to get it all disconnected, pull it out, and then from there I'll be able to show you inside what it looks like inside, how it works inside, and then we'll see if we can fix it. All right, here we have one empty Prius later. Battery is removed. On to the next step. All right, so here it is. Here is the hybrid battery. This big old thing, it's actually, it is about 80 pounds, so it's a pretty heavy battery. I've got to take it out of the vehicle now. Now I'm gonna show you what it actually looks like on the inside and how it works. I just double checked to make sure over here that the safety plug has been pulled out. We did that at the very beginning, but still want to double check. Safety is our #1 priority, all right? So pull this off. Already removed, there's a whole bunch of nuts and bolts. I've already removed them off of here. So I'm gonna pull off this housing. All right, and here it is. This is the battery, okay? Now, this is actually, if you look, this is a battery. It's actually 28 individual batteries. They're actually, I think they're called like nickel metal hydride batteries. And so each one of these batteries, they're connected in series. If you look right here, there's a plus, a minus, and then a plus, a minus, and a plus, a minus, and a plus. So these are all connected all together, and this forms this hybrid battery that is used for the Prius. So a couple of things I just want to point out to you before I go and actually get this done. This here is actually just used, you put these on the battery so that way if there's, for any reason, if one of the batteries, some of the acid were to leak out, it wouldn't corrode everything else. There's each one of these batteries are connected here with some screws here, and I'll pull those off in a minute here, and pull all those screws off. And then what I'll do is I'm going to test each one of these individual batteries. The batteries, when they're pulled off, look like this, okay? Just like this. And so what I'll do is I'll test each one of these batteries, test the voltage on them, and then see if there's any that are bad in here. Again, we have a bad battery, but actually most of these batteries, 28 batteries, are going to be okay. Probably 1 or 2 or 3 of them is going to have a problem, and so if I can figure out which ones are wrong, bless you, Jennifer. If I could figure out which one of these are wrong, then what I'll do is I'll pull those out, get a new battery. You can get a new battery for like a new one of these batteries for like $30 on Amazon and get them shipped here. Otherwise, if I was to buy a whole new battery, if I went to a Toyota right now and got this whole new battery, it would cost me $4,500. Yes, $4,500 for them to put a new battery and everything in. So for hopefully under $100, I can get this fixed as long as we can identify which ones are wrong. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. All right, guys, I just want to show you real quick. Now I've got one of these batteries. I wanted to show you how I would actually test this. I get a voltmeter here, and then I would go and I'd put and check this. I put positive on positive, negative on negative. I check the volts on this, and this is 8.3. Now this is actually a good battery. Most of the time when I would check, if they were not working well, they'd be 6 something, and so then I knew those were bad, and I pulled those out. And so I go through and I checked every single one of them, and we put in 3 new batteries, or reconditioned batteries that we put back in there. So now I've got almost all put back together. I'm gonna put it back in the car, and then we will test it out. All right, so fingers crossed.
3 hours later.
All right, here's the moment of truth. Before I put everything else, I got all the other pieces I gotta put back in. Before I do that, I'm gonna actually plug in the battery back into the main battery. There it is. All right, get the last one.
put back in there. Then what I'm going to do is get this is the last piece that I put in. This will make it live again where I can go ahead and check the battery. All right, so the hard part is over. So I've got everything put back together. You can see that I've got the battery back inside. I didn't put all the interior back together yet though, because the next thing I need to do is now the moment of truth. I'm gonna test it and hopefully, fingers crossed, it all starts up and it's working. So here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and start it and hopefully this thing works. Okay, here we go. Haha! All right. Yes. Okay. Woo! All the hard work was not in vain. You can see everything's starting up. There used to be this big over here, this big red triangle of death light that was on it. They call it the red triangle of death because the battery is dead and it's not on there anymore. So that is great. Yes. I'm so excited. I got this thing fixed and for under $100. I'm excited and hopefully you guys learned a little bit of how it works. So I'm gonna get the rest of this thing put together and we are done. All right, yes. Woo. Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of How It Works. So I was just in the middle of changing the hard drive for Miss Jen's computer. She's been doing a lot of work for kids' time and videos, and so she needs a little bit bigger of a hard drive on her Mac computer. So I'm gonna change the hard drive right now to a larger hard drive, and I thought, hey, why don't we show you guys the inner workings of one of these laptop computers. So you ready to do this, Jessica? Yeah. All right, let's do this. So first thing, you wanna flip it over, and I would say you don't wanna try this at home. So this is, leave this to the adults, but I'm gonna show you there's 10 different screws. I've already removed most of them, but I'm gonna remove these real quick for you. And you have to have a special tool even just to remove them. And so I'm gonna remove these, and you'll see when I take these out, there's one here, tiny little screw there, okay? I'm gonna put that down over here. Take this last one out. And if you look, these 8 all around here are one size, they're a little bit bigger. Looks almost the same, but they're bigger screws. And the 2 here, by where the display is, are a little bit smaller. So with that, when you have all these off of there, then you should be able to get your fingers underneath here. All right. There's in the middle, there's a couple of things that you have to pop off that snap in, and there you go. All right, here is the inner workings of a Mac laptop. I'll just point out a few things to you. First of all these 6 big pieces right here are the battery. So what I'm gonna do real quick is I'm gonna disconnect the battery, and that's over here. All right, get the battery disconnected there. All right, so it's not connected at all, but you can see it's interesting how they're all different compartmentalized pieces, but it's one big battery right there. Then this right here on this side and this side, those are the speakers for the computer there. Let's see, what are some other things? This right here is the airport card, and then if you see these 3 little wires coming off of it, those are the Wi-Fi antennas. So for the computer to get internet, it's this card and these Wi-Fi antennas help it connect. Those are sitting on top. You can't really see, but this kind of outline piece here is the I/O board. If you look on the side, there's where some of the connections are here. So that's called the I/O board. Fun trivia fact to see if any of you can know it. What is the I/O board? What does that I/O stand for? See if anybody knows that. If you could text me to the number that's on the screen right here. What is I/O board? So the I/O, what does that stand for? Then you'll win a prize if you can tell me what that is. So that's the I/O board. This is the fan assembly, connects to this heat sink that's right here, and this helps to keep the computer cool enough. You know, electronics, they heat up and get really hot, so if they don't cool it down, it can overheat and break the computer. So there's the fan assembly. And then what I'm here for is this piece right here. So this is the SSD hard drive or solid state hard drive. So used to be, the adults would know that hard drives before, they would actually spin and they break down a lot easier. Solid states definitely more, works better and longer, but it is more expensive. But this is a solid state hard drive, but I'm going to basically double the size with the new, we've got a new one over here that we're going to be putting in. All right, so we're going to put that in and replace it with this, basically doubling the hard drive spot. So I've got it, there's one screw here. Oh, it's got the wrong, sorry, I got the wrong one. Take that screw out. All right. Gently pull that out. You can see here that there's pins, and I'll show you if you look on this new one, it's the same thing. There's these pins, and so right where this lines up, there's a line right here on this one where so that you can line it up just right and not put it in incorrectly. And so you're just going to want to kind of gently slide that in there. Be very careful. These are delicate electronics. I don't want to mess them up. All right, there we go. And now that we've got that in there, all right, now that we've got that in there, we will put everything back on it and boot it back up and make sure that it's all working good like it should be. But really that simple, and as long as you have the right tools for the job, can upgrade your hard drive. For, man, if you went to do this at a store, it'd be a lot more expensive. So praise the Lord for YouTube, where you can just look at a video and man, now you can do it yourself. So hey, let me know what the IO stands for on the IO board, and you might be able to win something here on How It Works. Have a great day. See you later.